In the first week, I learnt about the significance of adopting a strength-based approach that values Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students' identities and incorporates their cultural perspectives into education. This is crucial for addressing educational differences and fostering meaningful relationships. In week two, I discovered the exclusion on demand policy of 1902 and its long lasting impact on Indigenous communities. This policy contributed to ongoing gaps in health, education, and employment, which is still evident today. In week three, I realised the importance of consulting with Aboriginal communities to integrate local perspectives into education. This process is essential for building genuine partnerships and it's supported by Aboriginal education workers and other resources. In week four, I learnt about the different types of racism, including civilizational, societal, micro discrimination, and attitudinal racism. Understanding this emphasizes the needs to address and combat racism to create inclusive environments. In week five, I explored the complex relationship between Aboriginal health and education. The social causes of health, such as employment, housing, income, and education, significantly influence Aboriginal health outcomes and educational achievements. Addressing these factors are crucial for narrowing the gap in health and education differences. In week seven, I learned about the various methods of traditional Aboriginal pedagogy, such as observing and imitation, kinship and relationship based learning, storytelling, and the use of rock art, symbols, and imagery. These approaches emphasize a holistic understanding of education, integrating community, environment, and cultural practices. In week eight, I understood the importance of embedding Aboriginal content and perspectives in teaching practices and using appropriate resources. The AIATSIS guide and other foundational resources provide essential frameworks for evaluating resources and ensuring the accurate representation and respect of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives. In week nine, I learned about Aboriginal hand signal language and its various purposes, such as quiet communication and facilitating interactions over distances. Incorporating these hand signals into the classroom can enhance management, promote cultural awareness, and make lessons more interactive. In week 10, I explore the cultural disparities in mathematical understanding among Aboriginal learners. Understanding the recurring perception of time and the relative approach to measurement allows educators to tailor teaching methods, integrating these concepts into the curriculum to foster a more inclusive learning environment. In week 12, I learned about Marampa, which refers to the deep connection between individuals and their place, encompassing stories, songs, and dances that explain the natural world and guide the care for the environment.
One topic that really stood out to me during the course was Aboriginal pedagogies, which we covered in week 7. These traditional teaching methods include things like learning through observation and imitation, kinship and relationship based learning, storytelling, travelling to places of knowledge, and using songs, dance, rock art, symbols, and imagery. It's a really holistic approach to education that integrates cultural practices, community involvement, and environmental awareness. Learning through observation and kinship is a foundation of Aboriginal pedagogies. Students are encouraged to watch and imitate their elders, learning skills and knowledge directly from their community and environment. This way of learning fosters a deep understanding of cultural practices and promotes the transmission of knowledge in a way that is both meaningful and relevant. For example, assessing through Gurata, which is kinship connections, involves watching children as they grow and identifying the skills and knowledge they have absorbed from their surroundings. Storytelling or yarning is another vital aspect of Aboriginal pedagogies. It's a powerful tool for sharing knowledge, values, and cultural narratives. Through stories, learners can connect with their heritage, understand their place in the world, and develop critical thinking skills. Traveling to places of knowledge, like significant cultural sites, further improves this learning experience by providing hands on, play based education that ties lessons to the land and its history. Songs, dance, and rock art symbols also play a crucial role in Aboriginal education. These artistic expressions are not only just ways of passing on culture, but also methods of reinforcing memory and understanding. By engaging in these activities, learners can embody the knowledge and wisdom of their ancestors, making learning a deeply personal and embodied experience. So, how does all of this benefit my life and practice as a teacher? For one, embracing Aboriginal pedagogies helps create a more inclusive classroom. By incorporating these traditional methods, I can make sure all students, especially Aboriginal students, feel valued and respected. This fosters a sense of belonging and encourages them to engage more deeply with their learning. Additionally, using these methods can help me connect more with my students' backgrounds and cultures, which is incredibly valuable for building strong relationships. When students see their culture reflected in their education, it validates their identity and experiences. This not only boosts their confidence, but also enhances their academic performance. On a personal level, learning about these pedagogies has broadened my perspectives on what education can and should be. It's taught me the value of different ways of knowing and learning and the importance of cultural sensitivity and relevance in teaching. This understanding is crucial for any educator, but especially for those of us working in a diverse community. Moreover, incorporating Aboriginal pedagogies can help me become a more reflective and adaptable educator. It encourages me to frequently assess and adapt my teaching strategies to meet the needs of all my students. This kind of flexibility is essential for effective teaching and helps me stay responsive to the evolving educational landscape. Lastly, these pedagogies align with the broader goals of reconciliation and social justice. By integrating Aboriginal perspectives into my teaching, I can contribute to a more equitable education system that recognises and values the influence of Aboriginal peoples. This not only benefits my students, but also supports the ongoing process of healing and reconciliation in our society. In conclusion, studying Aboriginal pedagogies has profoundly impacted my perspective on teaching and learning. It has highlighted the importance of cultural relevance, high expectations, and holistic education. By integrating these principles into my practice, I can create a more inclusive, engaging, and effective learning environment that honours and influences the rich cultural heritage of Aboriginal communities. This approach not only benefits my students, but also enriches my life as an educator, making me more aware, empathetic, and effective in my role.